This segment, we'll talk to Amy Yoffe, who was pregnant while supporting a grieving husband long distance. Amy, thank you so much for joining us. Now, you've worked in hospice for how many years now?
It's been for 15 years.
Wow. What interested you into this field?
Well, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I've worked in a variety of mental health and medical settings. But at the end of my pregnancy with my second daughter, my husband was out of town. He was in Boston taking care of his mother who had breast cancer. She was in hospice. She was dying of breast cancer. And I would get calls from him, distraught, emotionally devastated, lost, needing help. And I felt so powerless because I was so far away. I couldn't travel. It was the end of my pregnancy. And I felt like he wasn't getting the emotional support that he needed. So I decided when I was going to go back to work that I definitely wanted to go into hospice. I wanted to help patients. I wanted to help families throughout this journey, which can be really scary and pretty painful.
Right. You are a social worker, and when people think about hospice, they don't often think about social work. They think about nurses and doctors. But tell me what it is that a social worker does for hospice.
Yeah, a social worker focuses on the psychosocial and emotional needs of not just the patient, but the family. We help them to have really difficult conversations, make decisions, and a lot of times people think that hospice is just a nurse, but the concept of team is very important. And it's the nurse, a social worker, a hospice chaplain, and a home health aide. Right. And everybody makes visits independently, but works really closely together and is on the same page to respond.
I worked as a hospice chaplain, and I have immense respect for everyone who works with hospice. The nurses are a special quality, the nurses' aides, the social workers. It's a marvelous organization and a marvelous team. And I don't know that everyone recognizes the kinds of support that can be given with hospice.